Hello friends, I am Chevee. Welcome to my shed. How are you doing today? How is life in your world and how's things where you are? I hope everything is good and well and wonderful. It's pretty great here. Today was our holiday party, employee recognition day party at work. And I wore my ugly sweater and had a good time. They bought us Olive Garden, which was okay, you know. And then I came home and immediately got to work on chair parts. I oiled the upright pieces last night and then left them sit here with a fan on them all night, and they cured overnight. And then I came home and sanded all of the seat slats and such. I believe there's 32 of these. I think I need 30 of them. So that leaves me I've got a couple of dings and dents that are a little bit more aggressively dinged and dented than I would like. So these are my spares in case something else goes wrong. And it took me a little over an hour to fully sand 32 of these to 220 grit. I go straight to 220 off the machine. For this sort of application, I don't really want a super slick finish. It's a chair. You want it to be still have a bit of wood feel to it when you're sitting on it. So I go from the machines, my table saw, joiner, planer, straight to 220. That's it. And I don't spend a whole lot of time at 220. I pretty much just scuff the surface to let it soak up the oil as much as possible. And that seems to work out great. It still feels like wood. It still looks like wood. And works great. The thing is, the thing I wanted to talk to you about today was pricing. I'm making 2 of these chairs. The person that I'm making 2 of these chairs for asked for them a while ago, and then we kind of never finalized the deal. And then when he asked me if I could do it, I said, yeah, I need the money, so let's do it. And I priced them, I way undersold them. Way undersold them. Now that I have made 3, they're not done. I still have to oil and assemble these things. But now that I've gotten the hard part of 3 done, I know approximately how much time it takes me to make these things, and if I was going to make one for a customer from this point forward, I think I would have to charge right around $180 each, just for me to even think about it. And I think that's a hard thing to determine when you're pricing something. Ultimately, this is just a chair. Like, it's just a chair, and it's a novelty chair at that. I was going to get it, but it's a novelty chair at that. It's not like a dining room chair where you're going to show it off constantly. It's a novelty sort of item that serves a particular purpose, and it's, a chair. But to ask almost $200 for a rustic piece, I wouldn't say rustic. They're definitely not rustic. I definitely put a whole lot of care into it. It's still a lot. And part of the reason is that I feel so weird about that price is because I do live in an economically depressed area. I do live in a place where people don't spend $200 on a chair, even for their dining rooms, I think I maybe spent $500 for my whole dining room suit, and that's table and chairs and armoire or whatever, cupboard and all that stuff. So asking $180 for one of these, I don't expect to have any takers at that price. But I heard somebody once say that if somebody orders something from you and you're not excited to go get into the shop and make it, then you're not charging enough. And I understand the sentiment of that thought. It's that you shouldn't price yourself to the point where you feel, ugh, I gotta go make that thing, right? And I don't feel that way making these. I feel good about making these because I'm making them for a friend who, yeah, I feel good about this particular process, but I'm definitely not making what I should be making, It just so happens that my car insurance is due, and the money that I'm charging for these chairs will pay for my car insurance. So, but it got me thinking, like that the idea of if you're not excited to make something that you've sold, then you're not charging enough really kind of stuck in my head because for me, I don't know that there's a price. Like seriously, if you told me I'll give you $600 for this chair, I would not be any more excited to finish it than if you told me I'll give you $50 for this chair. If you told me I'll give you thousands of dollars to make this chair, maybe I would get excited at that point. But I think that the excitement for me doesn't come from the money. I've never been that kind of person. I don't get excited about money. If you told me right now, I'll take 10 of those chairs and I'll pay you $500 a piece, I would probably tell you no, because I don't want to make 10 of them. I just have no interest in that. And for me, the payment per se is novel experience, like making something that's a one-off, making something that's more personalized, or that serves a purpose, not just manufacturing a item like a set of chairs. So I'm just curious to know if you were going to manufacture something like this, and by manufacture I mean on your own. If you were going to make a chair, for instance, what is a price that would get you excited about making that chair? Because I honestly don't know that I have a price. I don't know that I would ever be excited about making this. I'm excited. I feel good making these chairs because I know where they're going, and I know that the person who's receiving them will really appreciate them. But I'm not excited. I'm not like, oh, I gotta go make that money. I've never felt that way. And maybe that's because I make a living, otherwise, and I feel good about the money that I make and my job, and it pays all of my bills, and I have money to play around in a pretty cool shop. Maybe that's why I don't get excited about sales. Or maybe I'm just defective. Let me know in the comments. I'm sure you will. Thank you for being here as always. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, being amazing friends, being wonderful people. I really appreciate you, and I will see you tomorrow. Alexa, tell me a random fact.
To count as a gargoyle, a carving on a building has to have a water spout in it. They literally gargle. Other such carvings are called grotesques.
Really? Grotesque. So the gargoyle is not the creature, it's the function.